Hey, what's going on in the local business world? It's time for Mondays in Mount Pleasant with our friends from Mount Pleasant Magazine. Of course, we welcome Bill Macchio along with Lauren Sims, the Executive Programs Manager at the town of Mount Pleasant. Lots of things going on. You're pretty much the liaison person between the town of Mount Pleasant, the new construction of Town Hall. That's a big job, isn't it?
It is. It's a very big but exciting job. I'm one of the project managers along with our town administrator, Eric Demora. Yeah.
The town hall of Mount Pleasant is basically on the same large property as the old one. Is that correct?
It is. It's located on the exact same property, just a little bit further back. And so we've demolished a couple of the buildings that were on the site previously and have started construction on the new building. And then as soon as we move into the new building, the remaining buildings on site will all be demolished and changed into various things.
Wow. Mount Pleasant Magazine, you guys have done an article on this new construction that is going on. As a matter of fact, there's new construction going on in a lot of places. I've now, with loving comment, say that Coleman Boulevard and Johnny Dodds has become the new Switzerland of the world because we have so many banks. But they're not these skyscrapers. They're kept within a couple of stories.
I think City Council and the government has done a good job of keeping everything in the right perspective. Of course, not everybody agrees with that.
Sure.
But the fact is, we're growing no matter what. So I think they've really worked hard on making sure that it's done in a good way, I think, you know.
And the town council of Mount Pleasant, they listen to the folks that are out there talking about it.
I think so.
And they try to come up with the best decision that's based good for everyone that's out there.
I think so. I wanted to invite her to come on because number one, I think it's the hall. I call it Mount Pleasant's new home.
Yeah.
And it's an awesome building, Tom. It's just an awesome building.
Right off of Houston Northcutt.
Right off of Houston Northcutt. And her staff and the town has worked really hard to make sure there's local people working on it. Worked really hard to make sure that the color and tell Tom about the bricks. I thought that was fascinating.
This is a fun story. So everything in this building, we really wanted it to be a nod to Mount Pleasant and to adequately show that this is the town hall of Mount Pleasant. This is the first time we've had a building that was actually built for local government, for Mount Pleasant operations, right? And so the brick that's on the exterior of our building is actually a color match to the brick that used to be produced here in Mount Pleasant at one of the brick plantations.
Awesome? Wow. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah, so everything from down to the little details of how the brick used to be made, depending on how close it was to the fire, the colors would change. And so we made sure that the bricks on our building, that there was variation in the colors to mimic that same process from all those years ago in Mount Pleasant. So it's a nod to our history. It's really indicative of who we are as a community and something that we're very proud of. So we're excited to have that on the exterior of our building. But everything from the exteriors to the interiors.
It doesn't stop there. The color scheme in there. I mean, we were fortunate, Brian Sherman, one of my editors over there at Mount Pleasant, one of the publishing team, and then myself, Eric took us through with Lauren, and there was all sorts of things that were done in there that are indicative and represent our town. And I think that was very important.
Got a couple of seconds left. Tell us about this photo shoot that just recently happened.
Well, you guys were in it.
Yeah.
Jesse, who's happened to be shooting us right now while we're sitting here, it was she took you guys, as you know, down to the to Shem Creek, and because of our partnership, we want to say, do the best we can for you guys.
Yeah.
And so she took you down there on you and Aaron down there, and I think they turned out really good.
I think they turned out great too.
I mean, and another thing too, Tom. I know Rachel, your producer, feels this way. We need to be indicative to the Lowcountry.
Sure.
We represent the Lowcountry.
Yeah.
Mount Pleasant Magazine does. You guys do with your show and the format. So it was just the photos turned out good. They're going to be great in the magazine. And there's a couple up there right now. So
and I love New Orleans, but we'll never go do a Lowcountry Live photo shoot in New Orleans. We'll do it at Mount Pleasant, downtown Charleston.
There you go.
Mount Pleasant Magazine comes out how often?
It comes out 6 times a year, every other month, and we've got the favorite mom and dads coming up.
Oh yeah.
Where people can vote for the favorite mom and dad. So, we're excited about that.
You got the Blessing of the Fleet coming up at the end of this month, the last Sunday in April. And that's when about 15, 16 of my closest friends get together at the event.
There you go, at least, right? At least.
At least. Thanks, guys, for joining us today. We do appreciate it. We got more coming up with Lowcountry Live in just a moment. Stay with us.